Welcome into the chat, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Come on in, come on in. So, as you see, the topic is 10K months should be your new normal. 10K months should be your new normal. And if it's not, you need to get tuned into this live stream right now. Right now. If you're not making 10K from your 9 to 5 a month, if you're not making 10K from a business, you need to get into this live stream. Get into the room. Hey, cut from a different cloth. You the first one up. Shout out to y'all in the chat tonight. Everybody give the live stream a thumbs up. Welcome in FB. Let me make sure I can see everybody. Hey, TikTok. So yes, if you are not making a minimum of 10K a month, you need to be in this room right now. Because what are we doing? It's 2026. It's 2026. How you leveling up your life this year? Are you going to stay clocking into a 9 to 5 and making the same amount? Or are you going to expand your life and start a business and create endless income for yourself? Hey, lady, welcome in. Hey, I finally got a notification. Period. Shout out to YouTube for doing their biggest one. Welcome into my YouTube family. Welcome into my TikTok family and my FB family. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the live stream. Hey, only. I don't know if anybody on FB is talking to me. I can't see y'all. But welcome in. I need to create a business heavy on that. And I'm going to introduce you guys the business that has changed my life and that has made me over 10K a month, honestly. But I'm just letting you guys know what's possible for you in this business. So welcome to the chat, everybody. If you are just joining, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta, and I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. I have been doing this business since 2021, and I'm still doing this business to this day. This business is my baby, y'all. Like, I'm not one of them people that's up here teaching and I just got in. Like, when I tell y'all I love what I do, and I used to gatekeep what I did from the world for so long because I'm a very private person. But when I saw the impact that I was making just by me posting my day in the life content on TikTok, and people was like, how do I get started? How can I do this? I always want to do this. I never knew that people want to get into this. But y'all, this is something that is so dear to my heart. So that's why I come on here and I share it with you guys, because it is so simple for you to get to 10K months, but you have to have a plan and you have to have a business that is going to drive that for you. And the business that got me to my 10K months was independent housing, y'all. I get paid to house the homeless, and you don't need to be a nonprofit for this. I am not a group home. I am a regular, well, I'm not a regular girl. I'm a baddie and I'm a businesswoman, and I have a heart to help people, and I get paid for that. So that's why I come on here and I educate y'all and I teach y'all what's possible for you. As long as you got the right mindset and the heart to really want to help people, you can thrive in this business. You can even be a felon. That's what I love about entrepreneurship, y'all. Like, nothing is off the table for you. Once you get a vision in your mind of something you want to do and you go all in, honestly, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. So, yes, get into this chat if you're not making a minimum of 10K a month. Like, what we doing? Even if you are making 10K in your 9 to 5, why not have an extra 10K that you can make through a business? Because that's what it's about, y'all. Hey, Laquan. Hey, Ray. Shout out to Kadisha. Hey, y'all. So yes, welcome into the chat. Now here's the thing, y'all. So I'm a pretty much tell you my little story, my rundown of how I got started in this business. So back when I got started in 2021, y'all, I had no experience. I had, well, I am college educated, but my degrees, I didn't need my degree for this business, but I had no experience, y'all. I really didn't know what I was doing. I was really just winging it for real. I was really winging it for real. So that should tell you something. Anybody could come in and make stuff happen. Make stuff happen for real. Hey, Pastor Yvette. But yeah, like, I was just winging it. And listen, y'all, that's what entrepreneurship is. Y'all be thinking that you have to have everything figured out to take the first step. No, you just have to have an idea of what you want to start. Take one little step and you figure it out as you go. Y'all be wanting to overthink everything and overcalculate everything. That's not how life works. You have to move, you have to put things in place. So For those that's just joining the chat, I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. Anybody can start this up, y'all. You don't have to be a nonprofit. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home. This is not an assisted living. So what does that mean? That means you do not need a license to start this up. You don't got to go through zoning. You don't have to own the property, and you don't need no experience, and you don't need no 24-hour care as well. The individuals that we house, y'all, they are high functioning and independent, which means they can do for themselves. So our job is to create a safe and structured living environment for these individuals to call home. So that's what the difference is. Now I teach you guys how you can create impact and income for yourself, because that's what it's about. Not only are we becoming financially free, but we are actually helping our community and pouring back into our community, because the individuals that I teach my students to go after, the individuals that we house, y'all, a traditional landlord is not renting to these individuals. A traditional landlord is not renting to these individuals. Look at your hair, so pretty. Thank you, V. Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, so that's what it's about, y'all. We are providing safe and structured living to individuals in need. Now, I know a lot of people think that when they hear the word homeless, they thinking like, oh, this person ain't got no money. Who's paying for this? But listen, y'all, I teach my students to go after homeless individuals that have income. The homeless individuals that we house, y'all, they have their own income. So type income in the chat, and I'm going to teach you guys how we are getting the income from these individuals. So I'm going to need for y'all to type income in the chat if you want me to tell you how we are getting income from these individuals without being licensed, without all of that. So type income in the chat. I'm going to need for y'all to interact with me this live. TikTok, I'm going to need the live stream to get to at least 5K likes. What we doing tonight? What's going on? FB, y'all just watching it. What y'all doing? Y'all not trying to make 10K? Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to YouTube then, because y'all playing over here. I'm gonna talk to YouTube because y'all playing. The girls that get it, and the ones that don't, I hate that for you. Go start you a group home and never open up. But over on this channel, we not only dreamers, but we is taking action. We not doing all this, y'all. We actually moving and taking action. That's what the difference is. I'm taking everyday people like you, single mothers, people that's working 9 to 5s, and making them impactful earners, impactful CEOs through starting a housing program and helping individuals in need. That's what it's about. Now, let me tell you guys how we are able to get money from these homeless individuals that we house. Number one, the business model that I teach you guys, this is completely private pay. So what does private pay mean? Private pay means that the individuals that we house pay us directly. So guess what? No, you don't need no grants. Somebody say no grants in the chat. So if anybody telling you need a grant to run this, they lying. You don't need no grants to house the homeless, because the individuals we go after, y'all, they have their own money. That's what the difference is. We not housing nobody that don't have no money. This is a business. This is not charity. This is not a charity. We actually get paid for what we do. So I teach my students how to find homeless individuals that have their own money. So what does that look like? That looks like Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of these individuals even work jobs. However, I prefer to take people that get a guaranteed check, which is the other ones that I told y'all about. But I do still house working people, but you don't want to fill your house up with just straight working people, y'all, because you're going to have to be chasing them down for a check. And I don't chase nobody for no money. I don't chase nobody down for no money. However, for my students that's in this chat, they know that we going after individuals that have a guaranteed check, because you don't have to worry about them not paying you. They money coming every single month like clockwork. Like clockwork. Period. No grants needed. No grants needed. So let me tell y'all this. With this business model, you don't need no grants. We are not billing insurance, and we are not getting money from the state. And why is that? Because the individuals that we house, this is not a licensed home, y'all. A lot of people confuse independent housing with licensed home. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home. This is not an assisted living. This is independent housing. Everything is private ran, private owned. Nobody's coming to inspect your house. Nobody's coming to check your bed, see, okay, how far is this bed from this bed? Nobody's doing that. This is completely independently ran. And that's why anybody can come in here and succeed. You can be a felon. You can be a middle school educated person. Nobody cares. All them people care about is this house comfortable? Is it clean? Is it peaceful? That's all the people care about. Nobody's asking you for your degree. They're not asking you for your certifications. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The people that I teach my students to go after, these are independent, high functioning people. And this is why you don't need a license. So the people that we house, y'all, they can bathe themselves up. They can take their own medication. They can, what else? They can, what else can they do? They can go in that kitchen and make them something to eat. We're not providing 3 meals a day. We're not providing no food here. So for the ones that's thinking, oh, I got to cook for them. No, you don't. These are grown, independent people. Those are the people we go after. Your job is to provide them a safe, structured living environment, and that is it. And that's why I love this business model. And that's why I teach so many people how to get started with this, because there is no other industry that you can come in and be a felon, that you can come in with no experience, that you can come in with little to no money and really make an impact and really make some money for yourself. You don't have to be a nonprofit. You don't have to be a group home. This is a new wave, y'all. Group homes is done up. Personal care homes is done up. Assisted living is done up. We ain't doing that no more. This the new wave. So I'm putting y'all on to something new. We start independent housing. Some people call it independent living. Some people call it co-living, shared housing. It's all the same concept. All the same concept, y'all. Don't provide them no services. We don't do that. We're only providing housing only. So you want to make 10K months? You have to house these individuals, and that's it. You don't got to do too much sitting here making them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You start doing that, the city going to come knocking on your door. Don't do that. I teach my students to stick to the script. Stay in your lane. The minute you want to start offering these people services like giving out medication and treating them like they in a group home or they in a nursing home, oh, they're going to come knocking at your door. The city going to be like, excuse me, do you have a permit to run this? That's why we don't do that. You guys have to follow the blueprint that I laid out for you. Provide housing only. Somebody type housing only in the chat. Somebody type housing only in the chat. You want to provide housing only to these individuals. Stay away from services. Stay away from trying to cook the meals. Stay away from trying to get them medications. That's not what we're doing. Somebody said, how many clients do you need for 10K a month? I'm getting to that. So just stay tuned. So I'm going to teach you guys how you can get to 10K months through housing these individuals. Because it's really simple, y'all. It's a simple numbers game. Period. Housing only. So keep that in your head. This is housing only. Now, and this is another thing. I'm not teaching y'all to rent out private rooms. I'm not telling you to put your stuff on Pass Split. I'm not teaching you to put your stuff on FB Marketplace. This ain't that. This is shared living. So what does that look like, y'all? Shared living looks like we put a minimum of 2 individuals to 1 room. So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. So you are getting paid by the bed, not by the room. Not by the room. So here's the thing. Depending on where you're located will determine how much you are going to be able to charge. So typically, some people charge anywhere from $500 per bed all the way up to $1,200 per bed. I'm based in Metro Atlanta. My bed price is $750 a month, y'all. It's $750. However, if you are somewhere where the cost of living is a little higher, you wouldn't charge that. So let me show you. I know you guys are visual learners. Let me show you what it looks like. So $750 a month. I'm going to show you guys what it looked like. This is how we are setting up our rooms. We are putting 2 individuals in 1 room. And yes, there are grown independent people that are willing to share a room because they have no other choice. I got students in Florida. Some of my students in Florida, they're charging $750, $850. Everybody drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you tuning in from. I'll let you know what the bed price is for that, because I got students from all over that's doing this. So drop your city in the chat and I'll let you know what the bed price, what I believe the bed price should be based on the cost of living. Connecticut, I would say Connecticut like $850. Tampa, I would say about $800 a month. Texas is about 700, 750. Jackson, yeah. So I would say Chicago. Some of my students out there is charging 750. North Carolina. So in North Carolina, they charging 700. Anywhere between 650 to 700 in North Carolina. It just depends if you in a major city and you in the South Carolina. South Carolina about the same thing as North Carolina, probably anywhere between 650 to 700 a month. Alabama. So Alabama is going to be on a lower scale. Alabama probably be like 600, 650 a bed, because I know Alabama, the cost of living is pretty low. So maybe like 600 in Alabama. Jacksonville. Is that Jacksonville, Florida? Fort Lauderdale is high. But for Fort Lauderdale, you probably charging like 850. Louisiana, my students in Louisiana, I believe they're charging anywhere between 700 to 750. But yeah, y'all, it just depends. It varies. But I teach my students how to price their beds inside of my program. But back to what we saying, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to get to 10K months. We're gonna start with 750 a month. 750 a month. And that's my base rate. However, I have some people that pay me 1,000 a month, and I have some for the bed, and I have some people that pay me 1,200 a month for the bed. It just depends. Hey, Tasha. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get to 10K months as a housing provider with shared rooms. Now, most of my students starting out, just know that you don't have to own a property. I don't know if you never said Jacksonville. It's about the same. I don't know. Let me get back to that. If you send the information, I can take off from there. All right, we're gonna get to that. YouTube, y'all get the likes up in the live stream. What we doing? It's a lot of us in here, and I don't got enough likes up in here. What's going on? But what was I saying? Dad, you made me lose my train of thought. But YouTube, I'm gonna need to see some points on the board. Ain't nobody doing enough liking for me. It's free to like. It's not going to charge your card to like the live. It's not going to charge your card to like the live. Thanks for the what if so yeah. What was I saying, y'all? I just forgot my train of thought that fast. Hold on. Somebody remind me what I was saying. TikTok, please. I know my TikTok community hold me down. Okay, 10K. Okay, so let me show you guys. Thank you. Let me show you how to calculate 10K months depending on where you're located. So I'm talking about Georgia, y'all. I'm based in Metro Atlanta, so I'm just giving you numbers based off of Metro Atlanta, right? Slam that like button, period. Thank you. All right, so technically, okay, when you start in this business, you do not have to own property, y'all. You do not have to own property. I started out renting, and I still rent to this day. So I have 6 homes and I have 49 beds, y'all. And I rent all 6 homes with permission. The landlords, they know what I do and they love what I do. So I teach you guys how you can get yeses from the landlords as well. All right, so we're gonna give the example of as a renter, right? Now, if we got any homeowners in the chat, that's even better. You don't have to sit here and ask nobody for no permission. This is your stuff. But me as a renter, I get permission to sublease from these landlords, and I teach my students how to get permission as well. Because I even got students that's felons coming in able to rent houses with a felony. Where are they doing that at? Nowhere, but my students is. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So in order to get to 10K months, y'all, it depends on the house you have. So most of my students, I teach my students to go after 4-2s. What is a 4-2? It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And I like that because you can get a minimum of 8 beds in a 4-2. Now, we're doing twin beds in each room, y'all. We're not talking bunk beds. We're not talking bunks. We're talking twin beds. So I like 4-2s because 4-2s do good for me. Now, however, there are some people that start with a 3-1, a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, or a 3-2, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. But you might need a little bit more beds to get to your 10K. So I'm gonna just give y'all a realistic example of a 4-2 because everything is even. So for my 4-2, I have 8 beds in my 4-2, right, y'all? And I charge a minimum of $750 per bed. So let me do the math. It's simple math. And even to get to 10K and anything, y'all, it's simple math. You just have to break it down. So we're going to do 750 times 8, which is 6K a month, y'all. So that one house is profiting, no, it's grossing me 6K a month. It's grossing me 6K a month with 8 people. Now, let's do 2 houses. Let's do 2 houses at 8 beds, 16 beds, right? We use simple math. 750 times 16. That is 12K a month. And a lot of y'all is not making this at y'all 9 to 5. So what we talking about? What could an extra 12K do for you? I guarantee you wouldn't be working that job, because I wasn't making this at my 9 to 5, y'all. I wasn't making this at my 9 to 5. I wasn't even making 10K a month. So we really are increasing our income and our impact through starting these housing programs. And the thing is, anybody can get in. You can even be a felon. Nothing is off the table for none of y'all. Everybody can come in and do this. No experience. No experience. All right, so let's do the profit of it, right? So even with the one house, let me show y'all. So with that one house that brings me 6K a month, right? My rent for that house is only $1,850. So let's subtract the rent. I'm gonna put y'all in my business for one of my houses. I don't like people in my financial business, but I'm gonna put y'all in my business for one of my houses so you can get a better idea. Is it okay if I'm still paying on my house? That's okay. Absolutely. Some of my students start with the houses that they have already. So that's completely fine. These people are going to pay for your house, y'all. That's why I don't worry about when I'm renting houses, because I know the people in my house is going to pay it. That's why. That's why I don't care about how much rent is, but I'm not going to go over a certain amount in rent just because I still care about my profit. But this just goes to show you that you should not be thinking about you having to come out of your pocket, because the people that we house is the ones that's going to pay your rent. So let me show you. Let me show you. So 6,000 minus about 1,850 in rent, right? So we're left with 4,150. And that's still decent. That's still decent. Some of y'all not making that at y'all 9 to 5. Hold on, put my phone on, do not disturb. So that's 4,150. Now, when you're a renter, you don't really have a whole lot of expenses, but rent and utilities. Now, for utilities, I tell my students to budget at least $500. So sometimes the only times it'll go over $500 is if it's like the summertime and the electric bill is super high. But you ideally you want to stay under 500 for utilities. It don't go that crazy. But let's minus 500 from what we had. We're left with 3,650 profit. Half of the landlords is not seeing this type of money, and we seeing this from renting their house. They ain't seeing this. What could 3,650 do for a lot of y'all? I bet you won't be working that job no more, because this is probably what you're making at that job. But 3,650, y'all, is good money for a house that you don't own. You don't have to pay no staff. You don't have to feed nobody. You don't have to bathe nobody up. These homes run itself. We are housing independent people that can do for themselves, and that's what the difference is. So imagine getting free money just to put people in a safe, comfortable living environment. Hold on. We got some trolls in my chat. We got some trolls in my chat. Hold on, y'all. They disrupting the class. I got to get them out of here. Y'all know I run a strict program on this page. All right, we're going to block you too, because you trying to do some free promo in my chat. You're going to have to start your own live. You're going to have to start your own live stream if you want to promote in my chat. Go build your own platform. How you come in somebody else's platform trying to... What? Y'all people is weird on this internet. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I got to stay on point, because when I read comments, I get distracted. But imagine what this could do for a lot of y'all. This is money that you do not have to trade your time for. This is money that you don't have to slave for behind a desk or throw Amazon packages. Hello? What we talking about? This is no labor. Off of one house that you set up one time, and it pays you every single month. Every single month. Our landlord's not even making this, y'all. The landlords be making an extra $200, $300. So we doing way better than them. That's why I'm letting y'all know. When it come to independent housing, the sky is the limit. You don't have to have no experience. I got students that are coming into this business with felonies and they got 2, 3 houses up and running. All the houses are filled. We are going out there and creating the life of our dreams. We're not waiting for no job to give us our dream life, and we ain't waiting for no man to give it to us. Hello? Let's clock that T. The life you want is attainable for you. 10K months is attainable for you, but what are you going to do to make that happen? You have to start a business. You have to start a business. And my business that made me financially free, that has gotten me to 10K months, is housing. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's simple, but you have to be willing to do the work. Hello? Listen, hello? You listening? Y'all on the call right now? This is real life. You can really change your life off of one house. You could change your life. One house is life changing, y'all. One house is life changing. And let me tell you why. When I first built this business, I built this business while I was grieving. I was grieving while I was doing this business. And it got to a point where while I was building this business, I was door dashing as well. I was building this business, I was door dashing. So even though my house was taking care of itself, my house was very stable. The house was filled, making over like 6K a month gross. And I was out door dashing. Then I experienced a loss where I couldn't do nothing, y'all. I couldn't even get out of bed. So my little DoorDash money that I was using for my life while my business was pretty much funding itself, that stopped. So I had one income stream, which was me doing DoorDash, Instacart, and all that on the side. That money stopped. And guess what? Even while I was grieving and not working, I didn't realize how well my house was doing until I could find out that this house was paying my rent. This house was paying my bills. I didn't have to trade my time. And it was to the point where I physically could not work. I don't know if anybody ever lost somebody in this chat, but grief is different. You can't even leave the house. Just leaving the house, you burst out in tears. Like, it's tough. But this was the business that was able to sustain me while I was grieving, while I was figuring it out. I didn't have to go and clock into no 9 to 5. I didn't have to go get a second job because that one house really did it for me. It really helped me. So that's what I'm telling y'all. One house can be life-changing for you. And that's why I say, imagine 2 houses, imagine 3 houses. Some of y'all freedom number, it might not be 10K. Some of y'all freedom number might be 20K. It might be 30K. But it's still attainable for you. I make over 10K. I don't put y'all in my business, but just know I'm doing well for myself. I don't have to clock into nobody's 9 to 5. My businesses, my housing business, it takes care of me. And that's what I want for y'all. Y'all should be able to have options. You should be able to make money that does not require your presence. The hardest thing I ever went through, that part. When I tell you I've never been through grief in my life until I started this business, then I got hit with a loss. I could not get out of bed. I could not do nothing, y'all. This, like, my housing program, it really held me up. So that's why my success hit different. I really built this business through pain. And that's why I'm telling y'all, like, one house can be life-changing for you. But you have to put in the work and you have to get it off the ground. Just one house. Now imagine 2 houses. We already did the math. 2 houses get you 12K. If you got 8 beds in each of them houses, 2 houses get you 12K. It's simple. Laying everyone not an entrepreneur, though. It's simple for some, not all. You right, Mimi. Everybody not built for this life, but I'm speaking to the girls that get it. The girls that get it, and the ones that don't. I'm speaking to the action takers in my chat. I'm speaking to the people in my chat that know they meant for more in life. I'm speaking to the people in my chat that want to live the life of their dreams and they're going to get it by any means. That's who I'm talking to. I understand everybody is not meant for entrepreneurship, but I'm speaking to a certain demographic of people. So the girls that get it, get it. I'm just showing y'all what's proof and what's possible for y'all because I went through it. I did it. But I understand that. By any means. Listen, it's to the point where It's got to work or it's got to work. There is no plan B. And that's what I want y'all to understand. When you start a business, you cannot sit here and be like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work. You have to come in with a mindset like this got to work. It's going to work. It has no choice but to work. I'm not going back to a 9 to 5. After I saw the income potential from my first house, I said, no, I gotta go out here and invest in a second house. If this one house can do me this good, let me go get a second one. Let me go get a third one. So that's what it's about. That's what it's about. But y'all have to go out there and build something. Nobody's going to give you the life of your dreams. You have to find a business or a vehicle that can do it for you. And that vehicle for me was independent housing, y'all. That's why I come on here and I share, because it's simple. Anybody can get started. Some of my students in this chat are single mothers. Single mothers. I don't know if Majesty in the chat, one of my students, Majesty, she got started. She got 3 houses in Arizona. She was door dashing. Majesty was pretty much doing the same thing as me. She was watching me on the live stream just like y'all. She was door dashing one night and she decided to invest in my program. Now she got 3 houses in Arizona. She don't got a door dash no more. She said it was $5 a delivery. She ain't got to do that no more. Her kids is good. She said she's be going through money. She be going through money. And that's why I tell y'all, when the money comes, the money is gonna money, but you have to structure your business a certain way and you have to put time into your business. What is the max you're willing to pay for a rental property 3-2? It depends on where it's located. Where are you located? But yeah, we got some of my students are real action takers, real heavy hitters. So 2026 is we're going to have a lot of talkers and then we're going to have the doers. Which one you going to be? Hello, put in the chat. You going to be the talker? You going to be the doer? What we doing? Because the only people that get rich in this life is the people that take risks and the people that take action. So which one are you going to be? Let's clock that T. Let's clock that T. You gonna be the you gonna watch us live the life of our dreams, and you gonna do it too. Period. So yes, the replay works. Follow the step by step. Get that phone ringing. Period, Marie. Look, talk to them. My students in the chat, they know how we coming. They know how we coming. We don't gotta do all that talking. Y'all see how we living. And listen, that's why I tell y'all, you can watch us win, or you can win with us. The choice is yours. But my students, listen, I don't do nothing but create winners over here. So if you come into my program and you ain't winning, it's something wrong with you. You need to take a look at yourself. Because you need to take a look at yourself. Because me and mine, it's to the top for us every single time. And that's why I tell y'all, people that got the right mindset, if you have the right mindset and you build something and you stay at it, you have no choice but to succeed. But when you come in this business and you in it for the wrong reasons, you just trying to chase a check, you trying to do it for the money, it's not going to work, y'all. I'm already telling you right now, it's not going to work, because y'all going to be the main ones trying to put people in bunk beds. Y'all going to be the main one. That ain't going to work. It ain't going to cut it for you. So yes, you have to be willing to build something impactful that can change your life at the same time. And that vehicle for me, y'all, was independent housing. You don't need to own the property. I get permissions for the landlords to do what I do. And I teach my students as well how to get permission from these landlords and property management companies as well. So, and if you already own a property, so if you in the chat and you already a homeowner, I say use what you have. However, when I first got started, I was not in a position to own a property, and that's okay. And that's okay. I even have students in my program. They started with the house that they are in. And listen, how bad do you want your dream? Some of y'all be acting like y'all want it, but y'all really don't want it bad enough. Because what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do to live the life of your dream? Whether that's time, whether that's money, whether that's comfort. Half of y'all not willing to be uncomfortable to get the life that you deserve. And that's what the problem is right there. That's why y'all gonna stay in the same situation come next year, because y'all don't want to be uncomfortable. Growing a business is uncomfortable, y'all. Taking a risk and betting on yourself is uncomfortable, but it has to be done. If you want to live average, keep doing average decisions. If you want to be successful, you're gonna have to move different. You're gonna have to move different. Yep, I'm gonna start minding my home. That part, Miss Lachey, you gotta think outside the box. Y'all be putting every excuse in front of y'all why y'all can't succeed except doing the work. Find a way to make it work. Find a way to make it work. It's very uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable being content. That part. And being uncomfortable means growth. Absolutely. So you got to get to a point where you tired of your situation and get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable. I never seen a risk taker not have something that don't work for them, y'all. This is not my first business. Let me tell y'all this. This is not my first business. Before I was doing this business, I had like 3 other businesses that didn't work. But you will not know that something is not going to work until you try it. How will you know that you're going to get to the thing that's going to change your life if you don't go through your bumps and bruises? Before I was doing this business, y'all, I was doing Airbnb. I was doing Airbnb before I started this business. And I had to make the transition. I got tired. It got to a point where it was being too much. It was too much turnover. And then the money was like this. I couldn't do it no more. So that's why I transitioned into independent housing, which is way better. It's way more impactful. It's way more steady, stable income. You know what you're going to be getting every single month. And that's how you can build wealth. When you know what you're getting, you know how to build. You know how to build. So for y'all that is in the chat, it's simple math. You get paid by the bed. So however many beds you get is how much money you can make. Lane, can you put your email? Has something to bring attention. Kathy. Just inbox me. Inbox me. I'll give you my email. Just inbox me. I'll give you my email. But 10K months can be your new normal. You have to create a business, y'all. You have to create a business. And the business that did it for me, that brought me to my 10K months, was independent housing. Some people call it independent living. Some people call it co-living, shared housing, whatever you want to call it. But this is what we're not calling it. This is not a group home. That word is banned in my chat. You say that word, you're going to get flagged. Group home is banned. We're not doing nursing homes. We're not doing personal care homes or assisted living. Why? Because everyday people cannot start those businesses. I give you guys a business model that any everyday person can start. You can be a felon. You can be somebody that's middle school educated. You can be a person that's, you think that you old, you think your life is over with. You can start this business. Anybody can get paid to house the homeless. Anybody. Long as you got a business mind and a heart to really want to help people, you can do amazing in this field. And let me say this, homelessness is everywhere, y'all. Homelessness is not just limited to major cities like Atlanta, Charlotte. I even have students that are in smaller cities, that are in rural areas, that are doing well, got 2, 3 houses. So that just goes to show you that anybody can set this up in any city, in any state. Any city in any state. Homelessness is everywhere. And here's another thing. Homelessness is not what you thinking the people that standing up with the street sign like this, that's strung out on you know what. Those are not the people we housing, y'all. Homelessness looks like the senior. Homelessness looks like the veteran. It looks like the person that's coming home from jail or prison that has no family, has nowhere to go. Homelessness looks like the person that is working and that's in between whatever, they on people couches, they sleeping in their car. That's what homelessness looks like today, y'all. There are a lot of people that's homeless and they don't look like how you think they would look. I even took some homeless seniors off the street, y'all. It's so sad. Do you know how many homeless seniors that there are? If you only knew how many homeless seniors there are, it's so sad. They need a place to call home. And that's why I teach you guys to set these housing programs up in your cities and your states, because the demand is there. And I can't house everybody. I'm only in Atlanta. I can't house everybody. I cannot house everybody. The only thing I could do is teach you guys the blueprint so you can set these up in your cities and your states. So we're not only making an impact, but we're becoming financially free through housing these individuals as well. No, you don't need to be a nonprofit. No, you don't need to be licensed, zoned, or certified. No, you don't have to own a property. And no, you do not need experience. And no, you don't need to provide these people any 3 meals a day. This ain't that. This is independent housing, independent living. That's what the difference is. Hey, Anthony. So that's what the difference is. So I don't know if anybody in the chat ever had desire to get paid from housing veterans, seniors, people coming home from prison, people that transitioning from homelessness, but you need to be considering starting you a housing program. This is a new wave, y'all. This is a new wave. Independent housing, independent living. We not starting group homes no more. It's over with for that. It's over with for the personal care homes too. Because who got 40K sitting around to put in a group home and a sprinkler system? Nobody's doing that. You can start this business with 6K and under, just depending on where you're located. Let me show y'all how much it took for me to get started in this business. Let me show you guys how much it took for me to get my very first home, because it's not a lot of money. So to get my first home, remember I told y'all my first home, which was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, was $1,850. And I know tax time coming up. So I would invest that money and get in the house to do this business model. But don't get the house without getting the knowledge, because you're going to fail. You're going to fail trying to. All right. So my first house, y'all, it was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It was $1,850, right? My first month rent was $1,850 and my deposit was $1,850. So it only took me $3,700 to get my first house. And you probably thinking, where you get that money from? So I got this money, y'all, from my Airbnb business. Before I was doing this business, I was doing Airbnb. So I took the money from my previous business and I reinvested it into this business. So you might be thinking, well, how am I gonna get money to get my first house? Sometimes you're gonna have to do what you got to do to fund your dream. Whether that's pick up a second job, whether that's go out there and DoorDash and Instacart, whether that's you selling a digital product, you have to figure it out. You're not going to get a grant for this. You got to go out there and get it out the mud. That's what I did, y'all. I took the money from my Airbnb business and I reinvested it to get my first house for this business. So you're going to have to get it out the mud. Or if you got family and friends that can give you money, okay, that's good. That's cool. Or maybe if you got some credit that you can use your credit cards. But there are no grants for this. So if somebody's sitting here telling you that you can get a grant to get your, no, leave that alone. It's going to take you probably 2 years to get that grant. It ain't worth it. By the time you get that grant, you be on to the next venture. We are taking action on our dreams today. We're not waiting 10 years to get something off the ground. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. You ain't having no motion. It's not gonna work. Stacy said, I found 3 investors, a girl's charm gift again. I'm cracking up. Let's go, Stacy. We got some real heavy hitters in the chat. People is really, Stacy, where are you located? We got some real heavy hitters in the chat, but that's what it is. You're going to have to get that money from either another business or you're going to have to stay down for your come up. That's my favorite phrase of telling y'all. You're going to have to stay down for your come up. Hampton, Virginia, period, Stacy. Stacy, you in my community? Are you a student, Stacy? But period. That just goes to show you that anything is possible in this business. And a lot of people think that you can just throw money at this business. This is not the type of money that I got 10K, let me go. No, this is a big relationship building business, y'all. So you have to build relationships with homeowners and landlords to get your way. You have to build relationships in your community because those are the people that's going to send you people to fill your beds up. So this is a big relationship building business. If you're not willing to, yes, I am. Because of you, I'm on 3 sites as a referral. Let's go. Listen, the success is here right now in this chat. My students is really doing their biggest one in VA. So if I got any people in VA in the chat, yes, you can do this in VA. And I got Mr. Kelly Cole, he in VA too. We got some guys that's killing it in this business too, y'all. This is not just only a business for women. We got men that's coming into this game and stepping in and doing their biggest one and impacting their community and becoming financially free. And I have landlords that's doing this business, y'all, that's saying I make more money running my housing program than to rent my home traditionally. So if you are a landlord in the chat, you might want to be considering this business model. It's different. It's different. You have more control over your house. So let me tell y'all something. When I tell you to create a housing program, this is what this is. This is not a boarding home. I hate that word. People always be like, oh, it's like a boarding home. This ain't a boarding home. Because when they come to boarding homes, then people in boarding homes are renting out rooms and you giving them leases. This ain't that. This ain't that. This is a program, which means these people have to follow structure and they have to pay to stay. The minute that they're not paying, the minute that they're not following your house rules, guess what? They terminated from the program. These are not tenants, y'all. Stop calling them tenants. These are not tenants. You are a program and they are participants in your program. That's what the difference is. So I teach my students how to structure their houses as a program. You are not nobody's landlord. You are not nobody's landlord. That's why we have more control over our properties. When it comes to shared living and shared rooms, these individuals know that no, you cannot have no guests. No, you cannot sit here and get high in my properties and bring substances and be doing all these crazy things. You have to, that's where the impact come in, y'all. You have to set rules for these individuals. If you don't set rules in your housing program for these individuals, guess what? You're going to be running a trap house real fast. It's going to turn into a trap house that fast. That's why I don't care for those private rooms. That's exactly why I don't care for those private rooms, because there is no accountability and there's no structure. The individuals that I house, y'all, they willing to share a room and they willing to follow rules. Somebody said, how long would I take to rent a home and get 4 participants? So here's the thing. Your success is dependent on your work ethic. That's what I love about this business. Your success is dependent on your work ethic. I've had students that have came and invested in my replay and got started in 2 weeks, and they had their house up and running and filled. So it depends on you. Everybody's success is different. There is no one size fits all. I've had some people fill the house in 30 days. I had some people fill the house in 60 days. Honestly, it just depends on your work ethic. I lay out the material in my program, but you have to put it into work. So I don't know what your work ethic is. You got to be real with yourself. If you know you somebody that BS around, okay, it might take you some time, but for the ones that's really out here making it happen, it's going to take you no time. So only you can answer that question. Keisha said, got my replay, working on my foundation now. Listen, talk to them in the chat. Y'all sitting here playing around, and my students is to the top for them. To the top for them. I'm taking everyday people with no experience, no education, and people that got backgrounds, felonies, and they really coming into this business, doing their biggest one and getting their houses up and running and filled. So for those that's in the chat, if you want to become a student, drop student in the chat. So let me see if we got some people that want to be students in the chat. If you want to be a student, drop student in the chat, and I'm going to show y'all how to become a student. I'm going to show you how to become a student. Foundation is very important. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we got some students in the chat. People that want to become. All right. I'm new here. Shout out to you, Ariane. Yep, I got my house in 2 weeks. Listen, let's clock that tea. Got their house, Passion got their house in 2 weeks. These is my students, y'all. Success leads clues. Y'all better get with the program, because it's the winning team over here. It's always to the top for me and mine. All right. So for those that's in the chat that want to become a student, the best way to become a student, I have a program that teaches you how to start your own housing program in any city, in any state. I also teach you inside the program where to find these individuals that are homeless, that have guaranteed income, that need a safe place to call home. I also teach you how to find landlords and property management companies that will give you permission to run your housing program if you don't have access to property. And then I also teach you how to structure this housing program so where you don't have to be there every single day. When I tell y'all, I be getting on planes, I live my life. You don't have to babysit your houses. You set your house up one time and it runs itself. So I teach you guys all my systems and all my strategies inside the program. And yes, I do have payment plans. Absolutely. So here's the thing. The best thing to invest in is my bundle. The bundle comes with the replay, which is almost 3 hours long, and it comes with the forms that you need to properly structure your housing program. So we are not giving out leases, y'all. So when you get the bundle, you also get the forms that I use to run my housing program successfully. No leases. Yes, Loso, get the independent housing program, the replay, and the docs. That's the best thing to invest with. That's the best thing to invest with. However, if you just want to get the replay and get the documents later, the replay is on sale as well. So let me show you guys how to get it. Everything that is in my program, it teaches you how to find the people. It teaches you what to say. It teaches you how to find landlords. Everything you need to know is in there. So let me show you guys how to get it, because I'm not going to be teaching independent housing for too much longer. I'm going to be on to my next thing, y'all. My houses, and that's the beauty of this business. My houses pay me forever until I shut them down, and I'm not shutting them down because it's easy money. But I don't have to be up here teaching y'all. I'm really making my money on the back end, for real. So I'm not going to be teaching forever. So if you are in the chat on YouTube, does zoning matter? No. I've been doing this since 2021. No zoning. No, you don't need zoning for this. You don't need zoning. So for those in YouTube, if you want to become a student, once you become a student, you get ongoing mentorship through my exclusive FB community. And we actually have a meetup tomorrow. So once you invest in your replay, you get access to me and my business partner inside the FB community where you can ask your questions. You can come on to the free monthly meetups and get the ongoing support that you need. So it's not you just getting something and that's it. We like, oh, beat it. No, you actually get ongoing support because we really want to see y'all win in real life. So once you invest in a bundle or you invest in a replay, you get ongoing mentorship from me. So if you want to become a student, let me show YouTube how to get. So in this YouTube chat, you're going to click the drop down button in my description and it's going to be in my STAN store. Now let me show TikTok how to get it. Now FB, I think I should have it pinned in this chat. So let me show FB. Let me show FB. Let me show TikTok actually. So TikTok, what you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile right up top. You're going to click on my profile up top and then my page is going to come at the bottom. Click on my page at the bottom again and it's going to bring you to my page. Once you get to my page, you're going to click on STANSTOR. Click on that and YouTube, y'all can see it too. This is what you want to get. You want to get the bundle. So the bundle comes with ongoing mentorship and the replay comes with ongoing mentorship, y'all. And this, you have access to it for life. It never expires. So you can rewatch it 1,000 times if you want to. This is not an ebook. This is not an ebook. It's a video that you can watch. It's almost 3 hours long. You could take your time with it. You could pause it, come back to it. So I recommend everybody to either get the bundle or the replay. That is going to walk you from A to Z, how I was able to build a sustainable housing business that generates over 10K monthly with ease. We talking about 10K with ease, not having a slave over nothing. My houses run itself every single month like clockwork, y'all. I have systems in place where I don't have to be at my homes every day. I don't have to be at my homes every day. They run itself. Let me show FB how to get the bundle and how to get the replay. So you're gonna click on the link should be in here. I think I just made it visible. But it'll come up, it'll look like this on FB. Now, for everybody that's getting a replay, hold on, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna show you how to join the community and get ongoing support. So you want to invest in your bundle or invest in that replay to get access to ongoing support and get access to the community. Chanel said, and we winning over here, baby. About to book me another cruise. Better get that replay, baby. It's enough money. Listen, talk to us, Chanel. Listen, they not hearing you though. They not hearing you though. They still on the sidelines twiddling their thumbs and searching Google for free. That's what they doing. We separating the talkers from the doers this year. And the doers is in this chat. My students, they coming heavy with it. I only create winners. So if you ain't winning, it's something wrong with you. If you attach to me and you not winning, it's really something wrong with you. Because look, my success speaks for itself, but honestly, I get my most satisfaction on bragging on my students. Yeah, it's working for me, but is it working for other people? And the receipts is all in my chat. The receipts is all in my chat, period. We don't gotta do too much talking. Michelle said, I don't see a link. It should be in my chat. If not, Michelle, go to my profile. Let me show you. Go to my profile on my FB and then click on this link, LINK right there. Chanel said, been there and done that and was stuck. You already paid the way. Listen, I took the mistakes for y'all. Oh, so let me show you how the payment plan works. So for everybody in the chat that want to take advantage of the payment plan, there is Klarna and Afterpay. So you can use Klarna and Afterpay. So let me show you how to get Klarna and Afterpay. And it'll break it down. I think it'll be like $40 for one payment. And it'll break it down into 3 payments. So once you get to checkout, you're going to click where it says this right here. And it'll come up Klarna or Afterpay. So just click on that little K and toggle it down. And you'll be able to use the payment plan. So yes, and that's what Majesty used, y'all. One of my students, Majesty, she's a single mother. She got 3 houses up and running. She was using Afterpay. And she said she came on here, got her little Afterpay, got her houses set up. The rest is history. The rest is history. Okay, so for everybody that's purchasing their replay and their bundles, let me show you guys how to join the community. Only students can have access to me inside that community. My energy is very expensive and it's exclusive. I don't give everybody access to me. You have to spend money to get around me. I don't do anybody that's not spending money, they're gonna do is do this and waste your time. I don't have time for that. I'm a businesswoman in real life. I don't have time to be chatting for 30 minutes and you talking about what you used to do. I don't want to hear all that. As we get into the money, as we get into the impact, what we doing? Because all that chit chat, I don't do all that chatting. Heavy on that. All right, so let me show my students. So you can get the replay now. You can get the docs later if you choose to. You definitely can. So let me show my students that are investing in a replay. Let me show you how to join the FB community to get your free ongoing mentorship. And we actually have a meetup tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I will not be here tomorrow. I'll be with my students, pouring into them. The real heavy hitters, the real action takers, the real big spenders. The real big spenders. So yeah, that's who I'm gonna be with tomorrow, investing into my students, pouring into them. So yes, so let me show you how to join the FB community. So it's called Independent Housing Community. So once you get your bundle or your replay, this is a community that you will have access to, but you have to put your email to be approved. This is not a free situation. You actually have to put the email that you signed up with to be approved. I can't get to the checkout for payments. What you mean? Nikki T, it should let you. I don't know how Klarna and Afterpay work, but I know that it should let you. This is a community, y'all. You have to physically go and request it. You have to physically go and request it. And I'm about to close me taking students because I'm about to stop teaching this, y'all. It's getting a little tricky in these internet streets. It's a lot of people I'm seeing a lot of replicates of me. So it's time for me to go on to the next thing. Like I love to come into an industry, make my mark and leave an impact and leave an imprint and be on to my next thing. I love that. I love to come into an industry, switch it up, and then leave. Change the game and leave. What happened for the bundles? Can you show us again okay, so let me show TikTok how to get the bundle. So or the replay. So for TikTok, what you're gonna do, you're gonna click on my profile right up here. And a box is going to pop up. Click on my profile again, my face again, and it's going to take you to my page. Once it takes you to my page, you're going to click where it says, hold on. You're going to click under my email where it says STAN. And once you click that, it's going to come up. This is how you get the bundle, and this how you get the replay. So if the bundle is a little bit much for you, just get that replay. The replay is going to walk you from A to Z, y'all. Everything that y'all asking me in this chat, I really break it down from A to Z. I really break it down. What you mean? What happened, Amelie? I just like to come in the industry and I like to be on to the next thing. I'm a real entrepreneur, y'all. I'm a real problem solver. I'm a real entrepreneur. I love creating businesses. So once I conquer something, once I dominate a field, I'll be ready to go to the next thing. That's just me. I'm not going to sit here and beat a dead horse. Like I'm really building a brand, y'all. I'm taking y'all on a journey to elevate with me. So it's either you watch me elevate or you elevate with me, but I'm really building a brand based on wealth, entrepreneurship. So that's what I'm building. Independent housing, y'all, is only one segment of my life. There is so much more in the vault. So much more. So much more to me than independent housing. And that's what I'm going to be going on to in my next situation. So yes, that's why I teach you guys to set these up. Because it's definitely a need. And even though I won't be teaching this forever, my houses will still be there. I'm not saying I'm shutting down my houses. My houses are still going to be making me money. I'd be crazy to do that. I'd be crazy to stop my money from the back. I'm talking about teaching. So yes. Where's the discount code? It's already discounted, Sharon. It's already discounted. So it's linked in this chat. It should be linked in this chat. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to head out in 3 minutes. Is there anybody that can you link me in Majesty of if I buy your course? Yeah, once you become a student, you have access to everyone inside the community. So that's why you want to invest into the replay or the bundle so that way you can get into the community. All of my students is inside the community, y'all. All the success stories that I'm mentioning to y'all, they are inside the community. They are inside the community. I promise you. So you just have to show up, be active. So the community, you have to invest in a bundle or the replay to join the community. That's the only way to get access. It's exclusive over here, y'all. I don't give everybody access to me. People will drain your energy, and I'm very intentional about who I give my energy to. Can you after you purchase the replay, you go to FB and join the community, you have a photo. Thank you, Sway. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, once you go and request the FB community, make sure you have a profile picture. It don't have to be of you, y'all. I know y'all like to move in silence. I know y'all like to be discreet. It can be a picture of a pet. It could be a picture of anything. But just make sure you have a profile picture because we be kicking out scammers of that group. Our group is really knit. It's really a small knit group, but we really onto some big things up in there. So everybody is intentional. Everybody know who they are. Ain't no funny business. Ain't no scamming going on in the group. It ain't people selling you stuff every 5 minutes. This ain't that. This is a real community of action takers and successful people. So that's what the difference is. If you attend Tampa, does that include the bundle on the replay? So if you attend Tampa, it does not include the bundle on the replay. But once you become a student through either the replay or the bundle, you'll have discounted access to attend our in-person events. Loso said, I have to be at the Tampa Independent Housing Meetup March 20th. That part. Yeah. So another thing, if I got any people in the chat that's based in Florida or that's willing to come out to Tampa, y'all, we are going to be hosting an in-person event March 28th in Tampa. Building housing programs by the water is going to be a vibe. Listen, y'all, all my in-person events sell out. They always sell out. So do not wait to the last minute to get your ticket. What's the difference in the bundles? So one is just the replay and the documents, and one is just the replay. So that's the only difference. Do not wait till the last minute to get your ticket, y'all. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. So yes, but make sure you shout out to all my action takers in the chat tonight that took action. It's to the top for us. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see y'all later. Good night.